Hello and welcome to another episode of the HT Physio Quick Tips series. My name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties Specialist Physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be talking about how clicking joints is not always arthritis. Now, one of the most common urban myths that you might hear from friends or family is the fact that, if you've got clicking in your joints, it means there's arthritis there. The fact of the matter is, this is not always the case. Granted, sometimes joints with arthritis do click, and that is one of the common features of arthritis. But at least 50% of the time, clicking in the joint is not actually a sign of arthritis at all. To explain how clicking can occur without there being arthritis in the joint, I'm going to use my trusty knee model to give you an idea of how this might happen. Now, if you look at this knee model, you've got a few bones going on here. You've got the tibia, which is your shin bone, you've got the femur, which is your thigh bone, and you've got the kneecap here. You've also got the fibula, but we won't worry too much about that. So if we look at these three main bones, when we bend the knee, all of these bones have to move on top of each other. They have to articulate with each other, okay? And in the case of the knee, one of the most common areas that people can find clicking is in this joint between the kneecap and the thigh bone, okay, the femur. Now, if you can see, in a perfect world, if I bend my knee, the kneecap slides up and down on top of the femur, okay? That's in a perfect situation. And in that situation, we probably wouldn't expect any clicking to happen. But what can happen is when you get muscles which don't quite pull in the direction or with the force that they're supposed to, the kneecap doesn't always slide directly up and down on top of the femur. It can sometimes move slightly to the side. So instead of directly sliding up and down, it can slightly come to the side as well as going up and down. And if you look at the knee from this angle, there's actually a very defined groove that the kneecap should move up and down inside. So if it slightly moves out to the side of it, suddenly it's not very comfortable. It's sitting in a location that it shouldn't be. And that is often what causes clicking. Now, this can happen to anyone. It doesn't just happen to over-50s. I've seen very young children with this problem before, and they have the clickiest knees. You wouldn't even believe it, some of the noises coming out of their knees. And it's not because they've got arthritis, okay, they're only young kids, but they've got very noisy knees. And it's because of this phenomenon. It's because the joint isn't quite moving as it was designed. So if you're over 50 and maybe you've just been written off by the doctor as having clicky knees because you've got arthritis, it's not always the case. And there often is something we can do about it. Especially if those clicky knees are painful, we can often change the way that your knee moves, change the way the muscles are recruiting around the knee, which makes that kneecap move up and down in a much happier position. Now, I've got some more tips in my newly published book, Thriving Beyond 50, for helping clicky knees and painful knees. If you'd like to pick up a copy, you can do so at Amazon. It's called Thriving Beyond 50. You just need to search that or follow the link below this video. But if you're struggling in the Farnham area with some clicky knees or some painful knee problems that just don't seem to go away, it's always worth getting a second opinion. So do feel free to reach out and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next video.